Good Yentif, everyone. We're here to give you a PSA.
What's that? A public service announcement. That's it.
And an MSA.
That's one I know. A Mishcon service announcement.
For the PSA, using the item that Jeffrey is getting from the box on the wall, this is an AED, a lot of initials today, an automated external defibrillator. On Yom Kippur, we're focusing on life and death, on being written into the book of life. Some of you may not know that when Jeffrey's not teaching and playing Jewish music, he's training faculty for the American Red Cross and the American Heart Association. One of the reasons that I fell for Jeffrey was because that he's spending a lot of his days teaching people how to save lives.
So before we talk about Mishkan, I'm going to take 2 minutes and teach you how easy and safe it is to save a life.
When all of us are together at shul, what would you do if, God forbid, somebody suddenly collapsed? The answer is you would, if you're like most people, you would freak out and freeze and you would say, oh my God. But then, hopefully, someone would check the person and call 911. I'll let the professional trainer take it from here.
So after you tell someone to call 911, and yes, even if it's Shabbat, you grab the AED from the wall like I did, you unzip the case, and you don't have to take it out. I'm going to take it out right here so that you can see it clearly. And you see that there is a green button that turns it on. If you forgot that and you went directly for the green handle with the big word pull, it would also turn it on. Just so you can hear it, let's see what that does.
Begin by removing all clothing from the patient's chest. Cut clothing if needed.
So we take the clothing off.
When patient's chest is bare, remove protective cover and take out white adhesive pads.
Okay, I'm going to shut it off at this point because we're not going to take it that far today, thank goodness. But when you follow the instructions, even if you've never taken a CPR class before, there are clear pictures on the pads of where they go on the person's chest, on the person's bare skin. And if you've already called 911, then you are well on your way to saving a life. It is that easy. Now, the AED will not shock someone who does not need a shock.
And so with our PSA, our public service announcement complete, now it's time for our MSA, our Mishkan service announcement. We've talked about saving a life, and now it's time to save Mishkan. All right, Mishkan is not in danger of sudden death. Look at this room today. But we do need to strengthen Mishkan and continue fueling our upward trajectory.
Mishkan is the heart of our community, and the 911 to call is all of you. As we celebrate the 75th anniversary of this building on Main Street, and as Carol mentioned, we hope you notice the beautiful painting and upgrade that we have done and fixing up. And yet, the patient could use more help.
We know what supports a life. Our most valuable and precious assets are you, our people, our Torah, our experiences, and of course, our families and the children. It takes a lot to keep Mishkan going and thriving, and this cannot be done without your help and financial commitment today. So we ask you to please give generously to this Yom Kippur appeal.
Anyone can save a life. You don't need to be a doctor or a nurse. And anyone can support Mishkan. You don't have to be a big macher or a huge donor, but we'll gladly take you if you are. Any dollar amount helps. After all, Mishkan is our responsibility. Mishkan may not be in need of defibrillation, but it is strongly in need of our support right now.
To start the appeal, we want you to know that, of course, 100% of the board of directors has donated to this Yom Kippur appeal. The rabbi has joined us too.
Now I ask you to take out your pledge card. Go ahead, take it out, actually take it out, and think about the amount that you had planned to give. Now, I'm going to ask you to consider moving your finger to the next tab on the left and folding that tab down. Okay, maybe fold 2 tabs down instead of 1. They'll both count. Just as 100% of the board has donated, we hope to get 100% of everyone in this room today. If you haven't donated before, it's okay to start smaller. If you have donated before, consider going bigger. If you'd like to spread your tax-deductible contribution over the new year, the office can make that happen.
We ask that you give as generously as you can to help support our community and help our heartbeat now and for the future. Thank you, and
Gamar Chatima Tova.